There's a dispute
Well,
over that.
wait a minute.
Do you trust him? Do you trust him?
I don't trust you. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you. Look at you. You come in all shooting for bear. You're so happy to do the interview.
I am
And then
happy.
you start hitting me with fake questions.
From shutting down rude reporters, all the way to savagely clowning on Biden.
I hate to go on shows like Joe Biden. I'm not going to give my son a pardon. I will not, under any circumstances, give him a pardon. I watched this, and I always knew he was going to give him a pardon. And so
Here are the best 2025 moments where Trump destroyed interviewers, starting with a recent moment when an ABC journalist tried to trap Trump over a question over popularity. And this is what Trump had to say in return.
Do you think, I'm going to ask you, if I may, do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across a stage without falling. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across a stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent.
Hit them with the last one right before wrapping it up. Classic Trump style. Never misses a chance to tell the media just how bad they are and rub it right in their face. But this next clip gets even better. The interviewer tries to confront Trump over supposedly not doing things the moral way, but Trump's answer shuts him down instantly and shows just how ridiculous that idea is. Take a look at this.
Under our law, every single person who gets deported gets a hearing first to make their case.
Well, are we talking about people that are citizens of our country or not?
No, you aren't deporting citizens at this point.
Well, did we give them a hearing when they came in?
Well, the law requires that every single person who is going to be deported gets a hearing first.
Do you think we can give 21 million trials? Let's say each trial takes 2 weeks. Is that what you want us to do?
The law
Give
is the
21
law,
million?
sir. The law is the law, and you're
the law
sworn
doesn't
to
say anything
uphold it.
about trials.
No, not trials, hearings. I said
These
hearings.
people came in, they're not citizens. They came in illegally. They came into our country
Right.
illegally.
And
We
there's-
have to get them out.
There's a legal process for that.
I can't, sure, and we follow the legal process.
But in our country, even bad guys get due process, right?
If people come into our country illegally, there's a different standard. These are illegal. They came in illegally.
But they get due process.
Well, they get a process where we have to get them out.
That was hilarious and spot on. What was that interviewer even expecting when he said that? Trump brilliantly turned it right back on him. But hey, rude interviewers aren't the only ones Trump has his sights on. He's also taken aim at some other pretty funny types of people. Check this out.
You ever see the weightlifting? Where they have a record that wasn't broken in 18 years? And they have, should I imitate it? You know, my wife gets very upset when I do this. She said, darling, it's not presidential. I said, yeah, but people like it.
And that's how you can get away with anything. If enough people back you up on it, you just go. That's just how Trump functions.
Should I do it or not? All right, I'm in trouble when I get home, but that's okay. What the hell? I've been in lots of trouble before. But no, you look at the weightlifting where 18 years it stands, and they have this young woman, and her parents are right where you are in the front row, and they're so proud of her, and it's like 209 pounds, and she's going to lift that. The record stood for 18, think of it, 18 years, and they put an eighth of an ounce here, and an eighth of an ounce here, little tiny little bit, and she's going to do it. Mom, I love you. I'm going to do it for you, Mom. And she goes, and she lifts, and she gets it. And Mom, I'm going to do it, Mom. Can't do it.
No other president can do what Trump does. His personality is unmatched, loud, fearless, and completely unapologetic. And in the next clip, he takes a savage mockery to a whole new level.
Legitimate trans athletes who have to meet a lot of rules in terms of hormones or anything else so that there's a level playing field. If you've got a man who says, I'm a woman, I can compete with other women, and then they go and beat them by 200 kilograms. It's an absolute farce, and I think it doesn't do women any service. It certainly doesn't do trans athletes who are working hard to be on the same biological level as women.
Would you just take a look at that? What's left for women athletes then? It's quite unfair to be honest. Trump is vocally loud about stopping that. He is also confident about having Elon Musk play a role in governance. Here's to a Fox News reporter trying to push back on his attitude towards Elon Musk to make him doubt himself, but Trump just takes it and turns it right back around.
Some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge, from accessing Treasury Department payment and data systems. They said there was a risk of irreparable harm. What do you make of that? And does that slow you down on what you want to do?
Watch as he defends his stance, even with growing concerns about Elon Musk's influence. He's fully convinced that Elon would do a better job, brushing off the raised eyebrows and criticism without hesitation like a master.
I disagree with it 100%. I think it's crazy, and we have to solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone into the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there,
And you
where
found
the money's
significant
going.
things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now,
He's made his decision and isn't backing down. According to him, Elon has been a great help. Watch the video where he says it himself.
there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
And that's just facts. How could anyone argue with that? Every day, the government gets smaller and smaller, just as it should be. But I really want you to take a look at this next clip where Trump really starts blasting the journalist that was trying to catch him good. The context for what Trump is saying next is claiming that Biden orchestrated the Justice Department's actions against him. And when a reporter asked if he would accept a pardon from Biden, Trump didn't hold back. Not only did he dismiss the idea, he fired back with a scathing roast. Take a look at this.
He had his people go from the federal government and take lesser jobs in the state in order to get Donald
And you know
Trump.
he denies he had anything to do with it.
And that was the turning point. Here's how Trump expertly slams everything she said on the ground by getting straight into it. This is where it finally got serious.
No,
and
you
there's
can't
no-
deny it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they were there. Wait a minute. Wait. You know, you have a tendency to sort of like slough over things. You just made a statement. His person, the top, maybe the third or second or third person, left the federal government, the DOJ, and went to work for Letitia James. And then, after they got that one started, went to work for the DA.
And after that, the journalist just moved on to the next question. She was left completely speechless. You just can't argue with the facts, and Trump clearly knows his stuff. But here's where it gets really good. Trump was in the middle of a rant about the fake news media when something really interesting happened.
You would think if the press was unfair, like to me, the press was obviously unfair to me. The press, no president has ever gotten treated by the press like I was. And yet I got more votes than any Republican candidate in history, by far. It's not even close. So you say, what's that all about? The press has to straighten itself out because honestly, it's lost all credibility.
Then out of nowhere, Trump started blasting her, and she tried to bounce back, only for him to call her out in a way she clearly didn't see coming. Just watch this, it's hilarious.
When that can happen, based on the press, I should have gotten no votes, none. And yet I got the highest number ever. And the reason is because I'm able to go on a show, even like yours, even though you're very hostile, I'm able to go on a show like yours. No, you are.
Well, hopefully you thought it was a fair interview. We covered a lot of policy ground.
It's
here
fair
today.
only in that you allowed me to say what I say. But, you know, the answers, the questions are, you know, pretty nasty. But look, because I've seen you interview other people like Biden.
It's no news to anyone that the press has been hot on Trump's heels, and ever since his public alignment with Elon Musk, the scrutiny has only intensified. Every move is dissected, narratives are twisted, and worse, it seems like there's an active effort to drive a wedge between the two.
You know, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels, they threw everything, lawfare, weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see they want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
As if it makes an ounce of sense that an elected official would willingly hand over all power to an ally. Yet somehow the press expects us to believe this absurd narrative. The lies being peddled are not just shocking, they're an outright insult to our intelligence. You won't believe this shocking statement and lies the press has pandered.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, "You know, they're trying to drive us apart." I said, "Absolutely." No, they said, "We have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock." And I say, It's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
Imagine the person you hate the most teaming up with another powerful figure who's guaranteed to mess up your plans and expose you for who you really are. That's exactly what happened here, and the media knew they couldn't keep going like before, so they threw everything they had at them, and it still didn't work. This duo is just too strong. I mean, just listen to Elon Musk's background.
Let me go back a little bit to your background, because it's beyond impressive. You were the chief engineer, for example. You were an early believer in Tesla. You became the CEO, and then the chief engineer, which was phenomenal. SpaceX, same thing, which is unbelievable. I mean, you were the first private company to send astronauts successfully into space, first private company to send astronauts into orbit.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep.
He's going to go into orbit soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's going to go to Mars. He's
Starlink.
At some point. Yeah.
Is in over.
I mean, they always ask me, like, do you want to die on Mars? And I say, well, yes, but not on impact.
Starlink is in 100 countries. This is going to be hard. I feel like I'm interviewing 2 brothers here.
You go ahead.
Star Shield, which could be used for national defense.
Yeah, it is already being used for national defense.
Then you have what is it called? Optimus, a part of Tesla.
The robot, yeah.
A robotic arm. Then you have an AI arm.
How impressive is that? It's so refreshing to have people in our government that have actually done real work out there in the world. But this is not even the most impressive thing about Elon Musk. And here's to the reporter pointing this out too.
And then you have something that really fascinated me, and it's called Neuralink.
Yes.
You might help the blind to see, and people with spinal cord injuries, that they can recover, where in the past, how close is that becoming a success?
Neuralink, we've implanted Neuralink in 3 patients so far who are quadriplegics, and it allows them to directly control their phone and computer just using their mind, just by thinking. It's like, so we call this product telepathy. So you control your computer and phone just by thinking, and it's possible to actually control the computer and phone faster than someone who has working hands. Then the next step would be to add a second Neuralink implant past the point where the neuron's damaged, so that somebody can walk again, and so they can have full body functionality restored.
And you like Bobby, right?
I like Bobby, actually, yeah.
And there you have it. From wrecking reporters to backing power moves with Elon, Trump's 2025 moments have been nothing short of savage, strategic, and straight up entertaining. Love him or hate him, he's changing the game, and clearly no one's ready for it. If you like this video, then just know that you are going to love the next one. If you want to watch more videos of Trump, then you can click on the pop-up on screen, and I'll catch you on the other side. Peace.